It was a desperate attempt at disruption, but it didn't work. An opposition lawmaker was tossing tear gas powder in South Korea's parliament Tuesday. That's how enraged he was about the ruling Grand National Party forcing through a long-stalled free trade deal with the U.S. Some of his colleagues were fighting with furniture. The measure that had them so angry was America's biggest free trade agreement since a 1994 pact with Canada and Mexico, one they believe would see South Korean workers lose out. The lawmakers were particularly upset about a provision for settling disputes they say would favor the U.S. Proceedings continued despite the conflict in the chamber. The ruling party had called a surprise session to deal with the issue. Their seats were filled, while those of the opposition were mostly empty. The members of parliament registered their votes in the midst of the confusion. The final tally, 151 votes in favor, 7 against. Parliament's deputy speaker hammered the gavel down on the results. Afterward, opponents, lawmakers and aides alike, sat slumped around the chamber podium. But outside the National Assembly building, tensions were still running high, as those upset about the deal scuffled with police. One poster charged South Korea was abandoning its economic sovereignty. Lee Sung-kyu is a member of the opposition Democratic Party.
I'm stricken by grief. I just heard that the trade deal was rushed through. This should not be happening. Many South Koreans are against this South Korea-US FTA for its poisonous clause. The Grand National Party ignoring people and passing it like this shouldn't happen.
Street protests are something the government fears even as it welcomes passage of the trade pact. 3 years ago, Seoul's move to lift a ban on U.S. beef triggered weeks of massive demonstrations. The president and his party would like to avoid that happening again. The foreign ministry says it'll work to get the trade deal to take effect January 1st. Karen Sloan, The Associated Press.